to build a racetrack in the rural areas just outside of Concord, New Hampshire. That track being the Magic Mile that is the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Hello everyone, I am HDRS Canute 907. Joining me in the booth tonight is B Nizzy. B Nizzy, welcome to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Tell me, what are your impressions of this 1.058 mile racetrack?
Well, my impressions are, it's tough, but it's fun. It's a fun race to watch. I mean, multiple lanes, multiple grooves that you can run, really at any point in the run if your car's working the way you want it to be. And it's a short track. You know, we're going to have some bumping. There might be some tempers. Who knows? But this kind of racing is always fun. We got the best of the best in HDRS going at it here, and, you know, it shouldn't disappoint.
You know, this track measures out to be I said it already, 1.058 miles, and that is specifically 1 mile and an extra 304 feet. So an extra football field is what these guys get to compete on tonight here in the Granite Hills. That is New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Granite Hills?
No, it's granite. It's granite. Leave me alone. All right. So,
hey, I could just give a quick plug. I have personally been at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in real life, so it is
as
beautiful as you make it sound. So I don't know what you said. It was such a beautiful term.
Well, considering how much granite is in the bedrock of that state, I mean, I kind of had to go with it. I may have been wrong, but I felt committed to it. So anyway, we are waiting on an invite to join the race. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. You said you haven't received any?
I have received one from college.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Yeah, just waiting on the invite to join, or the word to join. So the room is getting set up. We had to wait a little while. Unfortunately, Stag was running a little bit behind, and yeah, we are set and ready to go. 150 laps. Yeah, 150 laps around this racetrack. Tire wear, I think, is going to be a little bit more of a factor tonight, rather than fuel. At least that's my opinion. The pit window should be right around 24, 25 laps.
Fuck!
Sounds about right to me. That right rear is going to be key. You know, if last night's race is any indication, I know a lot of the Xfinity guys were on the mic talking about, hey, my right rear's at this, 13, 12, you know, it was kind of, everybody was just kind of sounding off their numbers for their right rear, so.
Right.
Look for that.
Oh, we gotta join, So. Swear jar, that's for sure. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the spectacle. That is the Hammered Down Racing Cup Series at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Again, it's going to be 150 laps around this 1 mile racetrack. And we are joining in. We are going to be a little bit behind, a couple laps behind. That's my fault for not paying attention.
Mine as well. I'm sitting here on the lobby screen, and when you said that, that's why I had that little slip up there, because I thought for a second they were waiting for me to leave. I thought I messed it up. Like I did last week. As long as you don't repeat the rookie mistake twice.
Right, exactly.
I think I'm in the clear here. A little bit of a scare there.
Alright, so waiting to join in here.
And as always, the loading screen is presented by Fanatec.
Oh, looks like we've already got a caution here. Cycling around. It may have included... Let's see here. May have included Trinity as well as the 8 of... That's Dark Knight, I believe. Yep, Dark Knight. So, getting set to go back to green flag racing here. Collins looks like he started on the pole tonight, and it's going to be the 12 car. There's actually a sub there as well. and I believe that is Vilsky subbing in for Visceral Killer. So he leads the field heading into turns 1 and 2. Biker going a little low here in turn 1. And they're able to make it through turns 1 and 2 fairly cleanly. You know, one thing that that these Cup cars have similar to the Xfinity cars, at least at this racetrack, as well as the truck machines, you got to stay off that bottom line. Otherwise, it's going to send you around before you even know what happened.
Absolutely. 5 laps was my mark right there. After 5 laps, I was not going down to the bottom line. I tried not to. I think I ended up there, but tried not to.
Yep. Vilsky got a little loose there off of turn 2, but he's able to hang on to it. That's another thing that these Cup guys have got to be worried about, is whether or not they can get loose off corner. I know that my current Cup Series setup at this racetrack, you got to be careful coming off of turn 2 and turn 4. Otherwise, the car will want to snap loose on you. Looks like King Pile in the number 14 machine. He's trying to make his way up through the field here. He's running in second, trying to see if he can make a move on leader Vilsky. He won the Xfinity Series race last season at this racetrack, and he's making a move heading down into turn 1.
King Pile very confident with that machine a few hours before the race. Talking about how he's going to try to get that number 14 to the front, and he's doing it right now. I think he's got him cleared.
So 14 car to the lead. You know, the Stewart-Haas machines have been strong all season long. The 6 of Silenced, as well as the 4 of Twoon, have all gotten wins so far. That's 2 out of the 4 cars getting wins in the Stewart-Haas stables. And trying to get a couple W's for the rest of the team as well. But in my opinion, that Stewart-Haas team is stacked.
A little cluster here. Nice battle. Cluster about 4 cars. We got Biker. They're kind of evening out, or spreading out a little bit now. Under the 8 is the 8? Dark Knight, I believe.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, Dark Knight in the 8.
They were kind of swapping for position there, the 4 of them.
Hothead is driving in the number 9 Mountain Dew machine. He's catching up to the back end of Vilsky and King Piles. Vilsky trying to see if he can make a run on the top side of King Pile, but not happening this time. Battle heating up for 4th spot. Let me see if I can cycle around up there.
Ooh, and passed for the lead by the 22 as this is happening.
And the 22 car. Oh, now they're starting to gain some ground on the leaders here, as King Pile may have had a little incident. That's Trinity. He ran pretty well last night in the Xfinity Series. He's making his HDRS Cup Series debut in the 22 car for... oh gosh, his name is slipping my mind right now.
The 4 car?
Yeah, May Dale, or no, the 22. May Dale be with you. He's the one who's been running the 22 car as of late. So Swamp Ass Trinity driving the number 22 machine. Then the 2 of Frankensteinson, he's up there as well, side by side with the 9 machine of Hothead. Oh, as King Pile had a little issue there coming off of turn 2, he had to back way out of it.
Ooh, a little bit of a slide job there. They hold it together.
And King Pile is back at it. He falls back in the 3rd spot. Oh, he's loose again. Tough break.
I was watching the 22, just to clarify. That's my mistake, watching.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And now these cars are starting to fight off the looseness of these machines. I'm wondering if these guys have purposefully set up, or just how much these guys have set their cars up to be tight, so that on the long run, they can be looser towards the end. And you see the guys diving down beneath the yellow line there, coming off of turn 2, try and see if they can get a little bit more looseness in their cars. Really, in my opinion, the optimal line around this racetrack is having your 2 left sides, or your left side tires, just below the dotted line in that second lane.
And you see that's exactly what those front 2 guys, as you're saying, are doing. Yeah, that's where the grip is. But man, I could tell you what, as far as in an Xfinity car, it ain't easy to hit that mark. I mean, these guys, I would expect it would be harder for these Cup cars. Something you touched on earlier, you know, these things are a lot.
Little contact a little bit further back. The 48 machine got a little piece. That was Manbird in the 48, and looks like Silence had a little bit of an issue there as well with Manbird, but they are back underway. Manbird running that Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt tribute paint scheme. That Jimmy Johnson ran, and the 17 cars around. 17 car was around in turn 4. That's Jared. And that honestly beautiful orange Roush performance paint scheme there. So Jared's back underway, but he's going to be fighting a loose car. Yeah, I think it's part of the December DLC.
Don't get me started on the DLCs. Mine got deleted with the system update. I emailed everybody. Who knows the whole thing.
I'll tell you about how to get it back after this broadcast. How's that sound?
Oh, you be my hero. That was like the opposite of Christmas for me. Okay. I don't know, whatever the opposite of Christmas is.
So this.
Oh, we got the 21 around in the pit wall. Looks like he got loose and got sideways into the pit wall. No caution, I don't think. Looks like he got it straightened out fairly quick there.
Yep, he's definitely in the pits. I think he's probably going to end up with a penalty. Oh, the 4 is around in turn 1.
Like you said, man, those cars are getting loose now.
NMS Mustang. I have no idea who that is. Unless Twoon changed his screen name. I don't think he
raced with that gamer tag in the past. I saw it and assumed that it was from the league, but I definitely recognize it. I feel like they're gonna stay green. Obviously, I'm a little.
Yep, we are green. Remember, we run relaxed cautions in this series. So 2 or more cars have to spin and come to a complete stop. As we now ride along with Swamp Ass Trinity, as he's trying to battle for the lead with his teammate, the 12 of Filski. So Filski putting in a good run for Visceral Killer in that beautiful old style Menards number 12 as he drifts up the racetrack. That opens up the door for Swamp Ass Trinity. Trinity not quite able to complete the pass there.
Wood.
But yeah, now these guys are starting to diamond out this this track here. I believe that's a large part of having to fight the changing handling conditions that these Cup cars go through, even more drastically so than the Xfinity cars. That's for sure. As here comes Trinity trying to take a look. Not gonna happen this time by.
I don't think I like this.
Yeah, I guess a quick way to describe it is these cars a lot more speed and potential, but with that comes a little more risk, you know?
Yep.
It just takes one little extra little bump of the throttle even to get you sideways. Really, these corners, you got to be so patient. You got to let that car really roll and be sure you got it, because that exit on the corner, if you got to let off completely out of the throttle when you're already kind of halfway through your exit, the guy behind you is probably going to blow right by you.
Yeah, another thing that you have to worry about, though, as we go through these long runs here at New Hampshire is your tire wear. If you're too tight, you're going to burn that right front as you would at any track. But if you're too loose on the long run, that right rear, as the 22 gets up on 2 wheels, must be a slight lag out of the 22 machine of Swamp Ass Trinity. But
or very bold strategy.
But yeah, if your car is set up just a little bit too loose, this track is gonna punish you for it in the form of burning up your right rear. Twice in the end of the race last night in the Xfinity series, I blew my right rear tire. In fact, I lost a solid potential top 5 as Filski goes into the pits now.
Few cars in the pits. We got King Pyle, the 48 biker, and another car, the 2.
Collins is entering the pits. I'm wondering if he may have blown a tire as well.
I think the 12 There is a blue car. Yeah, I think the 12 is in.
Yep, the 12 is in.
Ollie, I'm gonna fucking
Kyle
cut
is
your head
out.
off.
He's the first one in this little group here. Come off pit road. We'll have a clean
Bikers
racetrack
exiting the
to try to-
pits. Manbirds exiting the pits. Oh, little shenanigans happening in the pits here. Mustang is not moving in the pits. I'm wondering if he has either lagged out or he has exited the race.
22 is in. Filsky.
And Trinity is now exiting the pits. So it looks like Filsky is going to cycle out to be the race leader with Hothead running in the second spot. So a little bit of shuffling around here in stage 1. So we're going to cycle over in the camera view back to the 12 machine of Filsky as he leads.
I can pull up the
And a couple guys that Filsky is starting to catch up on. Oh, it's the 17 of Jared goes down into the grass once again. But Filsky's starting to catch up to the 6 machine of Silence, and it looks like the 2 of Frankensteinson. So Frank having a little bit of struggles here. He started out so strong. But Filsky showing some early pressure here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Yeah, I mistakenly called the 22 Filsky earlier coming out of pit road. That was actually Swamp here, so I apologize for that.
Yep,
Watch behind the 12 here.
I gotta bring up the stream from Dark Knight here too in just a second, just to see where we're at as far as laps are concerned.
Laps are not visible right now. I was about to get another screen going here, see if I can get another stream. Right now he's got the top 5 running order. You got, I think you might have said it, but an update just in case something minor changed. We have Hothead in first, Stags in second. Dark Knight is in third, Titanic in fourth, and Filsky in fifth. Those top 4 guys are all pretty close. Well, actually, I take that back. Hothead, did Hothead pit?
He must have.
He is 4 seconds ahead of second place Stag, who's 2 seconds ahead of third place Dark Knight, and then Titanic is kind of right there. And Filsky is 22 seconds back of fourth place. He's running in fifth.
Stag is around in that number 3 Dow machine. Love that patriotic paint scheme. He ran that last week at Texas
really nice
as well.
I like the 12. I like the 24, the white 24. I'm a fan of that one. There are a few out there. 48, of course, the classic. You know.
Oh no!
Doesn't even...
Oh, Hothead is coming out of the pits now.
Yep.
So that puts the 8 of Dark Knight into the lead.
Yep.
So we must still be cycling through green flag pit stops here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, looking at the times, if there's... I think for the most part we've cycled through completely here, I would guess.
Yeah, it looks that way.
I don't think there's anybody really...
Showing Titanic Joe running in the second spot. And cycle around here to Titanic.
Cars battling.
Titanic
inside the 12.
I see. Titanic is substituting for Silence tonight.
Ah, yes, I saw that and forgot it completely.
That's pretty stupid.
So good run for Titanic. Titanic Joe tonight. Filsky is back up in the third spot. Oh, no. There's a swap there, as it looks like Trinity was able to get around the number 12 machine of Filski.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. It was a pretty, it was a battle for a few laps, but I think the 22 kind of had him on tires there for a few laps and kind of pulled away. It seemed like, well,
so it looks like Dark Knight is going to be pitting here soon.
Now Swamp Ass inside the 2.
Yep.
Swamp Ass making some moves here.
And that is basically Trinity putting a lap on his teammate in the 2 car. So, oh, Dark Knight's out of fuel.
Oh, you are right. On the backstretch.
Oh no! Oh, is that end of stage?
It is not the end of the stage. They might be doing a manual. Yes, they're doing a manual.
No, that is the end of stage. So
you are correct. That's
I think. Oh, Titanic Joe was able to come away with the stage win. So Titanic Joe, Dark Knight, Trinity, Filski, and Stag are your top 5 for this stage. With Hothead in 6th, King Pile in 7th, Manbird in 8th, Biker in 9th, and Collins rounding out the top 10 for stage 1. So one stage complete here at the Magic Mile. Again, this is 150 laps, 3 times tire wear. So now we will get set to go back to green flag racing. Once again, your leader is the number 6 of Titanic Joe. Little bit of argy-bargy going on here in turns 1 and 2. Couple 3 wide passes there. It's a 21 machine of KSJ trying to make some moves here. Trying to gain every spot as he can. Titanic starting to fall back as Dark Knight now assumes the lead with with Filski in 2nd and Swamp Ass Trinity moving up into the 3rd spot, but now he comes under fire from the number 3 machine of Stag. Stag is able to clear off of turn 2. Oh, car in the wall. That's the 48 of Manbird. So now these guys are starting to sort out a little bit. Filski and Stag really close there off of turn 4.
Mission boots.
Filski trying to hold on to it, and now Trinity has made his way up into the 3rd spot. Now he's trying to make his way around the number 12 of Filski, and Stag is still right there. Oh, Trinity almost pinched the number 3 of Stag up into the wall. Oh, that was tight there coming off of turn 2. Off of turn 4 they come. Dark Knight starting to pull out a fairly lengthy gap here. It's about 1.5 seconds over the number 12 machine of Filski. Trinity trying to hold on to the 3rd spot there, trying to defend against the number 3 machine of Stag. Biker sneaking into the picture there as well. He's moved up into 5th. This Stag got in the wall there off of 4. That allows the 12 and 22 machines to pull away off of turn 4. Got a couple car length lead there coming off of turn 2. As now Stag trying to make a move again on Trinity. There for the 3rd spot. It looks like Trinity will give way. Oh, that was close. It's okay to rub fenders here in the Cup Series at New Hampshire. Oh, and Stag goes towards the inside wall. Oh, contact. He's around. Up in the air. Flipping. Oh. You know, Stag, I've got to say, if you're trying to go for a reality show audition, that's the way to do it. Getting the number 3 car to flip up in the air just like that. You got some moves there in that number 3 machine. So anyway, we are still underway. Still in green flag racing conditions here. Your leader is still Dark Knight with Filsky in second. Trinity in third. Biker has moved up into the 4th spot with KSJ trying to catch up to the number 1 machine. That's a battle for 4th. A little bit of contact further back as the 48 machine got into Hothead there, coming off of going into turn 3 and 4. No harm, no foul as we continue. And the battle for second starting to heat back up. As Filsky's trying to hold off. Oh, his KSG's around in turn 2. Cars into the wall. Oh, that's going to bring out a caution. That should bring out a caution. If it hasn't...
Pretty much the entire second half of the field was involved in that. Don't even know if I should start calling out numbers, because it's just the whole second half of the
caution
field.
is out. So the 6 was involved, the 48. The 17 might have gotten a piece of it as well. The 2 of Frankensteinson, the 24 machine, got involved there as well. That's Collins. Looks like King Pile may have gotten a piece of it as well. So we get set to go back to green flag racing. Dark Knight is your leader here at the restart with Hothead in second. Trinity in third now after pit stops. Oh, cars in the inside wall.
Whoa.
That was Filsky.
Held on to it coming out.
But he lost a lot of ground. The good news is that he hasn't lost much ground as far as track position as compared to the leader, but he is back towards the back of the pack now. Oh, Dark Knight!
The 8 has crashed hard.
Ooh! Oh, I didn't even notice that at first. I thought that he had pulled away.
Happened, but
yeah, it looks like
stopped with his nose crunched up into the wall.
I'm wondering if what happened was he just got a little bit loose there in the middle of turn 2. That inside line just sucked you right around sometime.
My first guess would not being. I didn't see anything there. We don't know if there was other cars, you know.
Yeah,
But
neither of us saw it.
My instinct tells me maybe he got loose there and just the car just, yeah, like.
Yeah, lots of damage to the Childress Vineyards Chevrolet of Dark Knight. But Titanic Joe is back in the lead, as Stag is now back running up in the second spot. Oh, sorry. Trinity is in the lead with Stag in second. And it looks like the 48 machine. I'm going to have to get myself situated here.
Yeah,
oh, sorry, that's Hothead.
To get all the streams and everything ready to go.
Yeah.
So that by the end of the race, I got.
That's Hothead in third, with Titanic Joe in fourth, KSJ in fifth. Biker now moves up into the sixth spot after passing Collins. He's up into the wall with Frankenstein.
Oh.
Tough break for the number 24 machine of Collins there. And here comes King Pile trying to make his way back up through the field. Had such a strong start, but unfortunately he's hadn't had the best race results so far.
We are showing him. Ooh, I thought it might have just showed in the running order, but I believe this is okay. Don't mind me. I'm just doing a really bad job and thinking out loud when everybody's listening. Got 4 wide here though, coming out of 4. Almost 4 wide. I think they kind of evened it out.
Yep, Filski is trying to go
Welcome to
type
48.
it down in deep. And the two of Frankensteinson backs out.
Here.
Oh man, it's getting hairy now, boys. As we now sort ourselves out, Manbird trying to hold on up top in that 48 machine. As he and Frankensteinson are now side by side, but they get themselves sorted out. No, it doesn't seem like there's as much side by side racing here tonight. Yeah, I say that, but a couple times last night I found myself side by side with a couple of different racers for multiple laps on end. Not sure if we're gonna see that at this point, or whether or not it's gonna be a long run sort of situation, and we just haven't caught it yet.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see here. You know, it's still right now we got the 12 inside the 48, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more. I mean, whoa.
Filski and
here on the backstretch.
Filski got a little loose off of 2, and I think Frankenstein saw him get loose, backed out of it a little bit, and he got loose himself there, being on the bottom of the number 24 machine of Collins. But yeah, both of them were able to hang on to it. Really, Filski being the big loser there, as he lost a couple of positions.
That car going around, I'm not sure who. Somebody said they're going around.
For
and then they said they
Mustang?
saved it, so we might be good. Not sure. They said going around, and then they said saved it, but they were yelling it a lot louder than I am.
All right. We had a couple of situations like that last night, too, in the Xfinity Series race. Back up front, Swamp Ass Trinity continues to lead with Stag running in the second spot. And that's Hothead Rye running in third in the number 9 machine. We cycle around there to our battle for second. Got about 4 car lengths separation, maybe 5 coming off of turn 4. Well, we got a little bit of a battle there for the 5th spot. That's Biker and Titanic battling for 5th. Here's the side-by-side action I was talking about right here, where the guy on the top side has that extra grip. Oh, it's the 3 and the 21 are around. That's probably going to bring out a caution.
The 48, the 6, the 21. 6 still wrecking. 21 still wrecking. 24 is... he wasn't really part of it. But.
So, yeah, that is another caution.
Yeah, just to kind of finish off your point there, that, like I said, you can run. There's multiple lanes here you can run, so that side-by-side racing is at a premium here. You know, it's very. That might not make. I think what I just said made the opposite of the point I'm trying to make. I'm trying to sound
you
smart.
Want to try again?
Get you in trouble every time. Keep it very basic. You got multiple lanes you can run. Guys can be just as fast as the guy in a different lane. It ain't like that at all tracks, but here, you know, they're really my strategy, and I don't know, I'm definitely not the guy. If you're talking about winning races, I mean, let's not, call a spade a spade. I ain't the guy to listen if you're trying to win. But my strategy, the farther you go on the run, keep moving up a lane. Every 10 laps or so, and you can still have that speed. It's very unique, and it makes the racing here. There's potential for a lot of fun racing.
Yes, sir. Back underway now with 25 laps left to go in stage 2 here.
On the apron.
Swamp Ass Trinity still in the lead. Hothead and Stag there battling for the second spot. Stag down on the bottom. He charges it in. He's going to get a push from Biker. Biker with a power move is able to push his teammate Stag around the number 9 machine of Hothead. So Stag up to second, Biker up to third, and now Hothead has to drift up the racetrack. Remember Dark Knight had a little bit of trouble earlier in the stage? Well, now he's back up in the top 5. So move.
Oh man, they're really getting bunched up here now.
Yes, they are.
6 really pushing the 9 all up. Now he's going to go to the outside. They're going to kind of straighten themselves out here
I feel like this is right on the edge of their pit window, so they're trying to get
going low. No, didn't make.
Couple of little moments of contact there in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're still at the very tail end of the field. They are like if they're not 4 wide, it's only by an inch.
Well,
and now now they're maybe 2 wide going in but they'll get 4 wide again coming off the corner. It's what they've been doing every lap. I mean, they're going out of here in the back.
Well, with this being on the very edge of their pit window, these guys are trying to get as many positions as they possibly can.
You got fast cars back there. You got King Pyle, who was up front. You got Birdman, who you got guys that got caught up in stuff, and they don't want to be back there. They want to get back to where they belong, So it can breed this type of action that you're seeing.
Well, in a manner of speaking, with them being back there amongst lower cars, they might be able to save some of their equipment, but at the same time, you're still losing valuable time.
Yeah, those leaders are just, that's the thing, man. It's trying to balance, and that's something I've been a part of HDRS for just a little while now, and I'm learning. And that's the big thing with me personally is these guys are so good at just throughout the whole run. I mean, they have the guys that are winning week in and week out are running in that top 3. They know how to manage being aggressive with the tires in the beginning, but being able to manage them throughout the whole run. It's a really hard balance to find. And I mean, so when you're stuck in the back like that, it's easy to. It's not easy to just sit there and say, I got to be patient, I got tires, I'm going to work through my field, because this race is going to be over eventually. Might seem like, I don't know how many laps they got left, maybe, I'm guessing 125, 150, maybe less. It seems like a lot, but it goes by quick, and when you're back there and you know that those leaders are just going to keep making up time on the field, and the longer you're stuck back there, the less chance you have of being in that top pack at the end of the race. So it's a tough thing to try to balance, and it can cause this type of guys really trying to get up ahead of this type of action that we're seeing in the back here.
Well, don't forget, Izzy, that these guys are running a 150 lap race, 50% distance for a 301 mile race. These laps are going to tick by very quickly. Admittedly,
exactly.
When you're racing, it can seem like it's a very, very, very long lap, with it being 28, 29, 30-second laps at a 1 mile oval. It just feels
you
slow.
Start pushing, and you get, the longer you go, the more you your brain gets a little tired, and then it just takes that one time for you to get into that corner and, just for that split second, not let it rotate fully and think you got it. This track is very deceptive with that. You think you got the exit to the corner, you're ready to full throttle, and you end up having to back out because you just didn't wait for the car to fully, it's a kind of a flat track. You got to really be disciplined in getting back into the throttle. And then, it gets harder as the race goes on and you're trying to make positions. It takes one mistake to spin yourself out.
And on that point, you get yourself into a rhythm of the monotony of going around this racetrack just trying to conserve your tires, and next thing you know, 25 laps have gone by, and you just think to yourself, what in the world? Speaking of what in the world, the Ford Mustang having a little bit of trouble, so he's gonna pull it into a pits. So I was wrong about him lagging out or quitting. Looks like he's just struggling with his car right now, so he's gonna come in for 4 tires, fuel, potentially, and at least get that damage repaired.
Yeah, while all this going on, we got a good battle for second here with Stag and Dark. Dark Knight is all over Stag. He's not letting up. Well, I'm not to say he's not letting up.
You mean Filski's all over Stag? So Dark Knight is up in the second.
Third, all over Stag, and while what that's doing, as you can see now, that 22 is just pulling away slowly and slowly.
Filski again got loose off of turn 2, but he's able to hang on to it. So Filski
pass on the 3 for second.
I think you're a little bit behind there, bud.
I think am I doing that again? Damn. I mean, darn.
But yeah, Trinity continues to be your leader. Dark Knight has pulled out to at least a 12 car, maybe 15 car lengths gap now on the 12 machine of Filski. Stag there in 4th, and Hothead Rye well, we call him Hothead or Rye because that's what he used to be called, Rye. Hothead is back in the fifth spot in that number 9 Mountain Dew Chevrolet.
And as quick as I said, that 22 is slowly pulling away. The 8, I know I'm a little bit behind here, but I would be surprised if anything changes. The 8 is really quickly reeling him in.
Oh no, something's happened to the 8 here.
Ride jinxed him. That's what happened.
Oh, no.
Are we under caution?
No, that might...
Stage?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to get... Oh, no, they're calling a manual caution. That's why.
Yep.
Alright, so we do manual cautions here in Hammer Down Racing for the Cup Series exclusively. What happens is everyone crosses the stripe, they fall in behind the leader, and everyone's allowed to come into the pit stop or pits all at the same time. It's called a quickie yellow in the world of NASCAR. So they come in, get tires, fuel, fix damage, whatever they need to make adjustments on, and they are able to continue back underway as Trinity looks like he's going to be coming out of the pits first, and it's going to be Dark Knight beating out Filsky and Stag for second spot there. But yeah, everyone's able to come into the pits at the same time. Anyone that's a lap down will get the wave around, come in, make their pit stop, and then catch up to the back of the pack. And then after pit stops are done, they will get lane choice, the choose roll, as it's called in NASCAR. They're able to pick their lane for a manual restart. They go at the usually the next time by, but if they haven't caught up yet, they will go another time, and it looks like that's what's going to happen this time here. So we'll do one more lap under caution, and then if you see on the exit of turn 4 back there, there's a little blue area. That is the Geico restart zone. The leader does have to go first at the restart zone, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the leader has to get to the start-finish line first.
And they are, as if it was cued and orchestrated to a T, they have just begun just regurgitating what you just said to remind everybody.
Fucking whore!
Getting set to go racing.
A big jump there for Swamp. As you see, I believe that is, yep, that is the 12, Filsky. And then
So back under
our leader before the.
Sorry about that.
Nope, you're good.
So Dark Knight has fallen back a little bit here, back into the 4th spot as he goes down on below the apron there, trying to get a little bit more of a run. No, again.
Again, he's getting awfully close to that wall again.
Yeah, that's
trying to find some
KSJ
grip down there.
What? Because I told you to shut the fuck up. Mind your business.
But Trinity is still leading with the number 12 of Filsky in second. He's trying to hold off the 3 machine of Stag there in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, and I think this is really telling right here. I think these 3 cars, when you take into account what we've seen throughout the race, this is kind of, it makes sense that these 3 guys now are kind of settling in towards the end here, I would be guessing.
Yep. Should be
300-mile race, and 3 guys that are kind of.
We should be coming to 4 to go at the line here. 4 to go in stage 2 here.
Stage 2. Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So Trinity, Filsky, And Stag there, your top 3. Dark Knight trying to hold off the 6 of Titanic Joe, your stage 1 winner. As King Pile's also starting to make his way back up through this field as well. He's battling with Hothead there in the number 9 machine.
KSJ seems to have recovered from hitting the wall earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be making some progress. I believe he's up to 7th or 8th right now.
Yep, that would be...
He might have started there, but I saw him hit the wall pretty hard, and it was a fast race car. Well, he's closing in now on that car in front of him, so yeah. Might have something under there in that 21.
Yeah, that's 8th. 8th position in the 21. 8th spot for the 21 machine, as we should be coming to 2 to go at the line. Oh, he loses a couple of positions there to the 1 and the 2.
And there you see he had to check out because he just might have just been a split second there, and you lose 2 positions just like that.
Yes, sir.
What about the exit here?
What a lead Swamp Ass has built up over his teammate Filski and the rest of the Hammered Down Cup Series field.
And Filski pulling away, but Filski's got that long run. He's got a long. He's from what I've seen, he's always good at those long runs, and he was kind enough to share his setup with me for Xfinity this week, and I tell you that thing really on the long runs it pays off. So, but also Trinity at the same time, he has been very strong here at New Hampshire this weekend, in all series. So, you know. Could have a very good race here towards the end. Stays this way.
So that should be the finish of stage 2 there. Yeah, it looks like they are slowing down. So, so the number 22 of Trinity finishing in the seconds, in first for stage 2. That's Filski in second. The 3 of Stag in third. Looks like the number 6 machine of Titanic Joe was able to make it back around for the 4th spot over Dark Knight, with King Pile finishing 6th, Hothead in 7th, Biker in 8th, Manbird in the 9th spot, and Jared getting a stage point, rounding out the top 10. So getting set to go back to Green Flag Racing here for the final stage in this 150 lap race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Looks like King Pile is trying to, or had to fall back there a little bit, not sure why.
Dark Knight takes a tap there from the 6 there. Little love tap. Just got him going a little more. A little giddy up here. Let's get going towards the end of the race. As Dark Knight almost looking on that inside of the 12 of Filski. A strong run here. The 6 is going to get up there though. Tough to pass here in New Hampshire, man. That middle line is really where you can get a good run on a car inside you. The inside, though, if you can get it and get that run on that inside line early in the run here, you get it. I mean,
right little bit of contact there as Filski got a quarter panel on. Oh, his Stag is up in the air, flipping for the second time in this race. That should bring out a caution.
Maybe not here, at least not for now, unless
they might be doing a manual.
Yeah, a lot of cars got caught up there, unless maybe, you know, it's one of those things where it happens so fast, guys get straightened out. We'll see. It looks like, yeah, they're slowing up. I think there's a little bit of miscommunication here.
Yeah, this is going to be a, this is definitely going to be a manual caution here.
Yeah, for sure. The right call. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the consensus over the radio so far, there's been a few, how is that not a caution? And I'm a little bit behind, so... Well, yeah, it seems like there was an what it seemed like, I'm just guessing here from what I'm hearing, and I'm trying to, you know, listen to two things at once, so I could be wrong here, but it seems to me like that was a case of, you know, everybody expecting a caution, but nobody actually saying it until people start saying, well, where's the caution, you know, so...
Well, once again, when cars spin off the actual racetrack, if it's down below the apron and not on the actual racing surface, the caution doesn't come out for some stinking reason when it's on relaxed cautions. Mm-hmm. The only way that it comes out when you're down on the apron is if it's on strict cautions. And strict cautions in this game is unfortunately so stinking sensitive that even if you just slightly scrape the wall with a hair on your chinny chin chin coming off of turn two, caution gets thrown.
Right. Which, yeah, it makes sense for if somebody is playing an ultra-realistic, maybe offline mode where, you know, you're talking about debris on the track from hitting the wall. But yeah, it's that's why the strict cautions just would not make much sense here in our form of racing at HDRS. So, but you know, these guys are experienced. You know, they know what they're doing here, so it'll get straightened out. It's just my point was it's kind of one of those things where, you know, nobody wants to be the guy to say caution, but you know, at some point somebody has to be. So sometimes it takes, you know, a lap for everybody to kind of get the consensus of, okay, let's slow up here, because you also don't want to, you know, say it and cause a wreck, you know. So it's kind of sometimes. That's why there's a little bit of confusion, at least on my part. Other than me just being inexperienced here up in the booth, you know. But we're about to get ready for a restart here.
Yep, going green flag racing. Trinity once again leading them to the green. Filski in the second spot. Little bit of contact there. Biker getting out of shape. He's around.
The one spinning, and still green as of now.
So, looks like that was a solo spin by the one machine of Biker. Again, we stay under green.
It was a solo spin that had some influence. There was a whole cluster there. Not sure what exactly happened, but guys just seemed to get into each other.
Honestly, it looked like the track was more of an influence than any competitors around him. At least that's what it looked like to me.
I saw what I see from what I'm watching is I just saw a cluster of cars, so I'm not trying to point any fingers.
Yeah, that's what I got out of it too. Oh, Dark Knight having to check up a little bit, racing around King Pile. Stag's going to take advantage, and that will move him up, possibly into the 4th spot, going around King Pile in 1 and 2. So move Stag in the number 3 machine into the 4th spot. Stag gets into the wall. So Stag going airborne twice in this race and making some moves to get back in the top 5, but now he drifts back behind the 8 of Dark Knight once again. So it's Filski leading now with Trinity running in the 2nd spot. That's the 6 of Titanic Joe in 3rd. King Pile in the 4th spot with the 8 machine of Dark Knight running in 5th. Let's take a look back from Dark Knight. He's got the 48 machine of Manbird trying to get around the 3 of Stag, and it looks like Manbird almost completed the pass there coming off of turn 4. But Manbird, in my opinion, is in the best position there to get by the 3, as we are now watching Dark Knight try and get around the 14 machine of King Pile, but you know, you watch these cars go around this racetrack, and it seems like the place that you want to be, at least going into the corner, is on the bottom, but on the exit of the corner is on the top side.
Exactly, and that's the other thing that makes it tricky, is that you can end up, sometimes your car wants to work where the groove ends up being partly one lane and part of the corner, partly the other lane, so you got to be careful. You just end up sliding up it, and you never, you race with You got a lot of cars out here. It's hard, you're trying to run your own race, and it's hard to remember what other guys' lines are. You're not really, but guys have different braking points. Guys have different ways that they off the corner here, so it's really, if you're not really up on it and knowing what's happening with the cars around you, it's easy to get in, have a problem because there's just so many different ways you can drive these corners, so many grooves.
Speaking of so many different ways of driving the corners, looks like Titanic tried to get a little bit too much out of turn 1 last time by he had to relinquish a spot to King Pile rather, but King Pile once again had to let the 6 back around of him, so moved Titanic Joe back up into 3rd. Dark Knight has moved up in the 4th spot once again, as the 8 and the 14 and the 3 continue to swap positions here at the Magic Mile of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And move the 48 of Manbird up into this battle as well.
And that 12 cars, he's pulling away in the lead there, Pilsky.
Both those Penske cars are pulling away. Just absolutely the class of the field tonight. And
got about 2 seconds on the field.
I wonder which setup the number 22 is using. Whether he's using a modified setup from his Xfinity Series car from last night, or whether he's using a shared setup from Visceral Killer, because apparently Visceral has a modded pro setup. So
I believe I might know about what that's set up. Not the no. I'll. That's it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to keep secret or anything. I think I might know that. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not positive. So.
But either way, these two Penske cars are just absolutely the class of the field.
Yeah, I mean, and you can see it. They're they got a 2. Wow. I mean, we were talking maybe less than 2 laps ago. It was a 2-second lead. We're at a 2.6 second lead now to 3rd place.
Battle for 3rd is starting to heat back up again. Dark Knight took a couple looks on the 6.
Issue here though with each other.
Well, with looking at 40 laps to go now in this race here, little over 40 miles, plus 400 or 40 football fields to go in this race here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So now Stagg trying to take a look on the inside of his teammate, but a little bit too far back to make any real moves. So keep the 6 machine in the 3rd spot. Fords occupy the top 3. Chevys round out the top 5 and move King Pile up into the 6th spot as he tries to make a move on Stagg. Manbird there as well, lurking behind the 14 machine. You got Hothead back there as well. He's still technically in this thing, technically in a good spot for the top 5. But stage 3 is a long stage. Potential for at least a couple of green flag pit stops. Maybe just one, depending on what their tire situation is, as well as fuel mileage.
Mm-hmm. And like you said earlier, you made a great point. Here, it's so much more. It's about tires more than it is fuel. That's what these guys are. Nobody's sitting here thinking about, do we have enough fuel? Got a wreck in turn 1. 2 cars up in the wall wrecking hard. Not sure.
Oh, that's a 48 Manbird.
And the 2 of
Frankensteinson.
Yeah, I caught the end of it. They were wrecking pretty hard up there in the wall.
Jared was down underneath the apron there, coming off the 2 as well.
Car involved that's just getting up to speed. Yep.
Trying to cycle around to the leaders, see if that's a quickie yellow. Oh, it is going to be a quickie yellow. A manual caution called yet again.
It's funny that this happened, because you were just saying about green flag pit stops, and when you were starting with that, I thought you were going to say the possibility of a caution. So it's kind of ironic that
I try not to jinx things like that.
Exactly, yes. That's why I said it, because I appreciate that approach. I jinxed it earlier, as I said. I forget what it was, but I said, there we go, I jinxed it.
So once
when
again...
you've had enough bad luck as I have, you believe in jinxes.
I don't blame you. Racing is probably among... or race drivers are probably among the most superstitious individuals that you will ever meet. Oftentimes you will not see a car that is predominantly green. Case in point, Danica Patrick. I don't want to say anything
savage.
I don't want to say anything about her driving ability in a stock car, but that predominantly green GoDaddy machine just the color just wasn't doing her any good. It wasn't doing her any favors.
I mean, on the other hand, it did get her a Daytona 500 pole.
It did.
Get her or did something else. Get her it.
We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
No.
We are professionals here. Both of us with attempted journalism and broadcasting degrees.
I'm just giving a compliment to a great race car driver.
Oh, that's funny.
So we get set to go back to green flag racing here, just waiting for the lucky dog guys getting back on the lead lap, or getting at least one lap back to catch up to the rest of the field here, so we can get set to go back to green flag racing.
Looks like a lot of guys want that inside.
Give me just a second. I've got to clear out a little bit of
got some bumping
inappropriate.
Here, so guys want to go. Yep, I got you here. We got the restart here, and they are going at it up front. We got. It looks like Filski's got him cleared. He does the 3 and the 22. A little bit of contact there, maybe, but no harm, no foul. They're gonna stay. Nope, the 3's gonna clear him, going in a 3 here, and go up top. Tried the outside on Filski. Doesn't look like it's gonna work, and it's gonna cost him a spot, maybe, but he might have that run on the outside on the 22.
You know, Stagg in that number 3 machine has definitely got a short run car, but I'm not sure what he's got in the long run.
This is true. He's gonna go for that outside now.
You know, I'm wondering if we should start referring to Stagg as the reindeer, considering how many times he's gotten up in the air in this race.
I see what you did there.
I appreciate your recognition there.
I support you unofficially.
Unofficially. But
support you nonetheless.
But Stagg is.
Ooh, he got the wall there.
He did tag the wall there, but he's trying to hold on against the number 6 machine of Titanic Joe. So you know that he's got a.
Guys going. Ooh, 22 got a little loose.
Yep, and Trinity had to check up. That allows Stagg to get the advantage on Titanic Joe heading into turn 1. King Pile's gonna make a move heading into 1. Oh, that was risky for the 14 machine, but everyone got through all right. So Filski has pulled away now to about a 7-car length gap, with Trinity running in 2nd. Titanic Joe once again in the 3rd spot. Now the battle for 3 wide coming off of turn 4. That's King Pile, Dark Knight, and Stagg in the 3.
I thought Pile might have backed it off there in the beginning. He was kind of there in the beginning of the corner, but
King Pile's around.
Hard here.
King Pile around off of turn 2. Tough break for the
he
league
got
owner.
With those left tires below the yellow.
Yeah, and Filski's gonna get into the wall as well. But yeah, that's a risky run, being in that bottom lane. There's just so little camber down there, or there's so little banking down there. It's just gonna make your car act like it just the rear end has very, very, very little camber. So basically the banking is gonna be what helps you turn, and that bottom lane being as flat as it is it's not doing your car or you any favors. So you definitely want to be in that second lane. And unfortunately, Pyle had to pay the price there as guys are driving a little bit too hard there. Biker up in the wall, as is Hothead, 48
really
into the wall.
Intensity pick up now. Really seeing the intensity pick up since that restart.
Not sure if we are going to see another manual with the argy-bargy happening here. Nope, we are staying under green. So your running order as it stands right now: Filski in the lead with Trinity in second, Dark Knight running in third. Is Hothead making some moves? He moves up into the fifth spot behind Dark Knight and Stag, or excuse me, Titanic Joe and Stag. Sorry, that's sixth spot to the number 9 machine of Hothead. KSJ running in the second spot now. As the battle for the lead is starting to heat up between these two Penske teammates.
He's all over him.
Both of these guys are actually subbing in for drivers on the Penske team. Maydell Be With You normally runs the 22 machine, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make it tonight. So, Swamp Ass Trinity making the move to substitute in tonight, and Visceral Killer had to unfortunately call in from the bullpen, and Filski subbing in. So, couple of non-regulars here in the Hammer Down Cup Series.
You want to race my Cup full color for me? Yeah, I'll just go out and dominate pretty much half the race and win.
And to think, I almost said, hey, let me erase this. Filski's got it in hand. I almost substituted for Visceral Killer tonight.
Both of them, I mean.
Yeah, these guys are outperforming all of the Hammer Down Cup Series regulars tonight.
It's a game of attrition. You know?
It is. It absolutely is.
When you got a car that's up front, it's really easy to stay focused. Yeah, you're at a short track and you're dealing with a lot. You got the 6 in the wall, trying to get through turn 1 and 2. He does. Scraped the wall there, gave up position, but yeah, you see a lot of these guys just their cars aren't handling the way they want. And it's interesting to see how it plays out though, because it might. I'm not sure how many laps we have left, but as you mentioned,
24.
Okay, yeah, so, you know, right now, a lot of these guys, like, I'm seeing the 6 kind of falling back. Might see a little bit, you know, we've seen the 6 up there pretty consistently, so not surprised to see. Wouldn't be surprised if, you know, we get longer in this run, if he kind of gets back some of the time he's lost. If you guys, you know, we'll see if it shakes up with these 2 cars in the front. I don't see unless we have something drastic happen. If, like you said, they've been the class of the field all night. So.
Well, again, it's all about long run versus short run. Some of these guys definitely showing that they have the long run speed. Some guys showing that they have short run speed. But those Penske guys,
yeah, again, they got it all figured out.
Yeah, they have it so well balanced out that it's going to take some sort of divine intervention for them to either one of those guys to not get the win tonight. So Dark Knight, Filski and Trinity are your leaders, running 1 and 2. Dark Knight in third, Stag in the 4th spot, and the Hothead in 5th. He's racing side by side with a lap car. That's Biker.
I would venture to guess that. I mean, I'm looking at Dark Knight right now, and his tires, if that's any indication for anybody else, I mean, he's running in third there. He's at 53, 55 on the race with 14 laps left. So, tire wear, it seems like these guys in the front kind of have it managed out here. I think if anybody's trying to save tires right now, you're not in a good spot as far as getting a finish up front.
Wait, was that 14 or 19? Let me
13 laps on fuel of a fuel run left.
Oh, I see.
13 laps of fuel left, and he's at 51 and 52. On
Trinity's pitting.
And there it is. Kind of looks like they're kind of cutting it in half here, maybe?
Yep, splitting the
right.
splitting this run in half. I don't blame him at all. Filski also made a pit stop. So now that puts Dark Knight in the lead. So we'll have to keep an eye out for who is gonna do what. And here's what I've been wanting to ask you for a while. When it comes to these green flag pit stops, do you want to pit sooner or do you want to pit later?
Here, like I said, I feel like it really depends on what you got. I'm trying to put myself in these guys' position and not in my position last night, because it's really not very comparable. But I really think that at this track it's best to split it in half, because I think the guys with the really fast cars and really good setups here, they're not as far off with their short run speed and their long run speed as other guys might. So,
okay, so
I feel like if you get too fancy with it here, I feel like if you got a fast car right now, if you're in that top 3, top 5 even, you want to kind of try to split it in half, and you definitely don't want to be pitting later than the leaders. That you definitely don't want.
Well, all right. Well, say you're either Filski or Trinity. Do you want to?
I'm pitting right now, right what they did.
Well, what I was going to ask was, do you want to be the first one between the two of you to pit, or do you want to be the last one to pit and have the fresher tires for the end of the race?
Well, I think what I would assume, and I think correctly if my memory is just completely shot, but if I'm in the lead, I'm assuming that if I come in, he's coming in right after me. And if I'm in second, if he comes in, I know I'm coming in right after him. Or unless I'm planning on trying to beat him and force him to come in a lap after me. So if I'm one of those two guys, I'm not really thinking about that, because I think I'm kind of, if I go first, I'm forcing his hand, or he's forcing my hand. So yeah, I mean, you could definitely, like I said, it depends on what you got and what you're working with and what your car feels like. If you think you can kind of, go one way or the other and not play into that, Simon Says type of game, then yeah, you might veer off of that. But I mean, really, like, my general rule is if I'm in the top 2, either I'm gonna pit and he's coming right after me, or he's pitting and I'm coming in. And then it just depends on, am I losing time on him now? Then I'm gonna pit first. Or if I'm kind of on him, maybe I'll force him to pit.
How does this sound? Filski pitted first. Trinity pitted the lap right after him, and they are battling it out right now. Mm-hmm. So Trinity's got 1 lap fresher tires, and he's looking to make a move down on the inside in 3 and 4. Not happening this time. So Filski able to hold on for the time being. Checking to see how many laps are left to go now. We should be approaching 12 laps to go here. Yep, 12 laps to go. Should be 11 at the line this time.
So we're coming down to it. Got a little bit, almost.
Actually, really,
some lap traffic.
Really, we're about a lap behind the leaders. So, Trinity able to make the move around Filski using the number 1 machine, a biker as a pick. So, make Trinity your new leader should they cycle around.
Yeah, Filski drove that just as he was supposed to, though, and he hasn't lost much, if anything, right there. That was good driving by both guys right there.
And Stagg got down on the apron there, trying to get around the number 1 machine of Filski, or of Biker rather, and unfortunately he lost several car lengths to our 2 leaders. So the 2 Penske guys are
track like this. This is part of it. It's trying to navigate, but they got some clean air here, and we got to be down to what 9-10 to go. We got a race here, fellas.
Yeah, we should be at I believe 7 to go at the line. So it's Trinity, your leader, with Filski running in the 2nd spot. Oh, sorry. We got a couple guys that haven't pitted yet. The 21 of KSJ has not pitted yet. And one other driver has not pitted yet either. So,
yeah, probably hoping for a caution.
yeah, as it stands right now,
Get to a certain
Trinity,
point where you're kind of running a certain way, and it's okay. I'm kind of gonna.
Yep.
I'm just gonna run it till I can't here and hope a caution comes out and saves me.
Yeah, at this point, these guys have got what they got, and they're just trying to dig for as much as they can. As Filski got up in the wall there off of 2, trying to go for, or had to take a little bit of evasive action to keep from getting into his teammate there as they battle potentially for the win here. Let me cycle around. This is our leader here.
He's starting to want it now. He's getting a little. He knows it's getting the time, obviously. But you know, right now you got the run. You gotta time it right, of course. But you also, you might not be able to make that pass. And well, we're getting kind of. We got like must be like 4 now. So
well, if KSJ continues to run this race as he is, it looks like he's just trying to stay out as long as he possibly can. Trying to nurse his car to get to the checkered flag, and if he does, he's gonna win by apparently quite a large margin. I
apologize. I did not even realize he was still the leader.
Yeah, he has not pitted yet.
That's my mistake. I apologize.
But don't forget that the 21 and the 12 are closing, or excuse me, the 22 and the 12 are closing in, and this is their teammate.
There's a second place car too as well that has not pitted.
Oh, here comes KSJ. KSJ is pitting this time. Couldn't hold out for that caution any longer.
I believe there's another leader out there that has to pit.
I believe so too.
It at least hasn't pitted.
Titanic in the 6.
Okay, yeah.
Unless he pitted and took 2 tires, which is very possible.
They are trying to figure it out on the race comms. Haven't been able to get it clear.
Oh, there was an issue with the 12 of Filski because he's no longer battling with.
Huh.
Let me cycle around here. Yeah, Filski is no longer around the 22 machine, so something happened to the 12 of Filski in that Menards Maytag Ford Mustang.
Yeah, he is about he's about half a lap behind now. The 12 machine of Pilsky, or the 22 of, you know what I meant, back
Trinity, yeah.
They are separated by a lot now, is my point.
So Titanic's gap to the 22 of Trinity looks like it's sitting at approximately 5 seconds. According to Dark Knight's stream here, and again, this is 1 lap behind. So we should be coming to about 2 to go here. And you cycle back around to our leader.
If the 6 car took 2 tires, or if he didn't pit,
I'm wondering if he did take 2 tires, but yeah, he's holding on to that lead. He's losing ground as he gets into the inside wall there, and that is the race. Titanic Joe ekes out a win.
Really?
2 tires at New Hampshire, possibly. We're not positive yet, but I mean, hey.
Oh, something happened to Trinity too.
Yeah, Trinity is 5th.
Oh, tough break for the 22 car. But Dark Knight, in a dramatic turn of events, he's going to come home in the 2nd spot. So we will get Titanic Joe and Dark Knight.
I think Dark Knight got 2nd.
And just because we can, let's get the let's get Trinity into the booth here as well.
There seems to be some chatter on the radio about what exactly transpired there. But as of now, yeah, I mean, Titanic Joe is the winner. Let's not take anything away from him. I mean, we don't know for sure exactly. There seems to be a little confusion, but I mean, there's New Hampshire. Like we said, it's different than a lot of tracks. Things happen here, so.
Yes, indeed. Looks like Trinity did come away with the fastest lap of the race with a 28.298. So that was hauling the mail, that's for sure. So yeah, let me get a couple invites out here. All right. Well, so yeah, that was quite a interesting turn of events there with Titanic staying out, maybe getting two tires. Again, we're not sure. We're a little confused on the situation right now.
Yeah, we're not sure, and I just want to make clear that I'm just listening to what I'm hearing on the chatter, and not to take anything away from Titanic. I really thought he took two tires, because I didn't think an 8-second lead on what was it, third place was. I think it would have been bigger than that if he had it. So I mean, not to sit here. There's just some confusion going on, but as of now, Titanic Joe is the winner. In the broadcast, but that's something I feel like New Hampshire.
Where the fuck is my staple gun?
Yep, I'm just trying to get invites out to at least Dark Knight to get him to join us here.
No,
There we go. So Dark Knight invite sent out. Also waiting on Titanic to potentially join us here. So let me just say thank you everyone for watching. And those that will watch, please like and subscribe to HDRS2. And here is Dark Knight. Dark Knight, you ran a very solid race, and came away with a surprise second place finish by the looks of things. And why don't you go ahead and tell us about your race this evening?
Well, made it to practice this week, but then turned around and forgot about qualifying last night. So started in the back again, you know. But I don't know, man. I had fun working my way through and stuff. I had a strong car, you know. I don't know. Everybody pitted but one guy there at the end, you know. Everybody was like 5-6 laps short.
Oh.
Everybody pitted but one guy, so there's just a little bit of fussing going over on about that. So other than that, man, we had a good race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. We got to watch your teammate there, Stag. He got airborne, and we up here in the booth have decided to dub him the reindeer. So yeah, we'll be sure to thank him for the entertainment there. Actually, the entire Cup Series did a great job there. Now, tell us about the racetrack. Last night in the Xfinity Series, we dealt with a track that went from mad tight to mad loose. Was it at all similar tonight in the Cup Series race, or how did your handling change throughout the race?
I think it depends on how you got your car set up. You know, you got a little hump there on that inside lane in turn 1 and 2, and if your car's not set up, it can get you loose, spin out right there. I kind of got shoved. I got up on it, and my car got a little loose, and I got tapped from the back. I think that was the second stage. That's when I got rammed. You know, I kind of rammed the wall and spun out there, but I stayed on the lead lap, I believe. You know, but it's just one of them races, you know. Kind of like Martinsville, but you got a little more room to play with here at New Hampshire. So, but everybody, you know, most guys was pretty tight, pretty close. So, I mean, it was fun racing, honestly. I mean,
it was a lot of fun. And I saw that Titanic joined us and then left, so I guess, you know what, we'll just call it a night here. So thanks again for the entertainment tonight, Dark Knight, and congratulations on second place finish there.
Y'all guys up there broadcasting.
Hey, absolutely. Thank you, man. Great job out there.
All right. Man. So once again,
consistent. Ain't got to win them all.
But hey, you had a good points. You had a good points run tonight, and that should help you out going into Kansas next week.
Kansas? Oh, I got a hot rod there too. So.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see y'all boys next week.
All right. Thank you, Dark Knight.
Yeah, man. Y'all welcome.
Take it easy, brother.
Once again, that was Dark Knight joining us. He came home in second this evening. While we still have you here, B Nizzy, you have any final thoughts on the race tonight?
Who won? I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm a little, you know, we got a little bit of but hey, this is what makes HDRS so fun, you know. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get. We got, you know, by tomorrow, I'm sure we're gonna know who the winner is. But I mean, regardless, a great race run by everybody out there tonight. It was fun to watch. And, you know, we got Kansas. Kansas next week is a high-speed track. You got that top. Everybody is fast at Kansas because everybody knows how to run that high line until you get out there, and everybody knows how to run that high line. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these boys do out there next week. And I don't know, maybe you'll see me there for that. I'm gonna keep it very peep. If I show up, I show up. If not, you're in luck.
Well, we hope that you do show up, and don't forget, tomorrow night is the Truck Series race here at the Magic Mile of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. King Pile and I think Titanic Joe will be bringing the broadcast there as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, should be a great race again tomorrow night. The trucks have been proving to be continuously among the best races throughout the entire weekend. But after after this race here and a little bit of last night. Who knows? We will have to wait and see. Anyway, I am HDRS Canute 907, and we will see you tomorrow night for the truck race. And don't forget, next week is Kansas Speedway. Please like and subscribe to HDRS2. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Hammered Down Racing Series. Follow us on Twitch, HDRS Racing Series. And I'm not sure if our TikTok is still up. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any posts on that recently, but we did have a TikTok at one point. So, but yeah, definitely follow us here on YouTube. Don't forget to click that bell. Get those notifications for when we go live. You know when to tune in. We'll see you again. Good night, everybody.